Yo, so in this video, I'm going to be teaching how to beat speed as SR Kido. Now, I know I said in the matchup guide tier list thing that speed is the hardest matchup. I still believe it is, which is why I'm making this guide. Uh, I'm severely less angry and less mad than I was before. Because although everybody talks shit all the time, it's not like any specific right now. So, I'm just making this video to help y'all out, trying to amend the damages I made by how to fight SR Kido. But yeah. Next video, probably either tomorrow when this is getting posted, will be on confusion. You see the build, you see the build. Um, but yeah, like and subscribe. Hope you learned something. If you're SR Keto, if you're speed mode, and yeah, let's get right to it. Okay, so I kind of started recording late, but basically I just shinted and dragged him. But this guy wasn't very good. So I'll tell you how I beat this guy exactly. So he was pressuring me, so I just cloned. He can't really do much about that. But I realized that he wasn't going to, start attacking my clone. So I just pressured him as much as he could, and eventually he did. But it's kind of too late because I know he's probably at like 3 bars, and he's just pressing me. So I Grand Raikou to get him off. Very simple. Grand Raikou is a good get off me tool. I use Donku, then Dragons, and speed users, the bad ones, the drone ones, so like 90% of them, they're all just going to try to outrun the Dragons. That's not really possible, so that's a free hit. And then once I guard break, high end into true power because, it'll just, what's it called? And he dropping fangs into the Sakatsui, so then I'm just trying to get all the damage I can on for Shatter, and it kills him. Honestly, this guy was really bad, so these are the type of people that complain about Sword Kido. So if you're facing one of them, it should be pretty easy. So just some general tips. Use Grand Raikou as a get off me if they're like pressuring you too much. Dragons is going to be your best friend because it's one of the only moves that's like damn near guaranteed to hit them as speed because they're just so fast. And I would say that's basically it for like the bad players. If you could just do those two things, then you should be good. Okay, so unfortunately, if they're not completely terrible, it's going to be a lot harder for you than it is them as an average player. But I'll just try to explain what I do here. So I try to put distance, and then he immediately tries to outrun the dragons like the other guy did, and he gets hit. So then I true power into the Grand Raikou. Now, this is early in the game, so it's fine. But later in the game, if he's like really pressuring you, I would suggest keeping Grand Raikou for get off me. Now, I stun him here, and I try to Heavenly Power, but unfortunately he can just Phantom Trick out of that even though he's stunned. So, I just put like, I poke with Shinten, and then once again I go for Grand Raikou because I'm healthy and I can afford to like put away all these get off me's. And a really good thing that you need to be doing against speed players is that anytime they try to approach, use one of your moves to stop them. Zangren, Raikou, Tenrin, or Byakurai. One of the moves that are quick, don't do like crazy amounts of damage but have low cooldowns, so you can just like stop their movement. So this guy tries to outrun things or dragons, but obviously he can't, so he takes the block, and then if he blocked that shoe power, it would have guard broken him. So at this point I run out of Ray because I don't know if the update changed something or if I'm just terrible at managing it, but recently I've been running out of Ray a lot quicker, and speed users with their new Ray buffs, they're not going to. So at this point, it's very important to just use your poke moves and not like your giant damage moves. So Goryu, Shinten, Grand Raikou, they all take the most in Heavenly Cannon. So although I used it there because I thought I was gonna get it, mostly at this point I'm just trying to put space between us and use moves that are not like super Ray like costing to get him off me. Now I did Grand Raikou to get him off me because Grand Raikou is just a good get off me tool. Unfortunately, it didn't send him anywhere, so that's just unlucky. But once again, he's gonna try to approach, and he has plenty of Ray. So maybe because he's water and water steals Ray. But I'm just going to be Shintening and backing up and trying to punish his dumb movement because he's gonna eventually start running straight. He's gonna eventually start doing predictable movement, like right now, just running up and doing the water clone so I can easily get my clone off. Grand to get him off me, Sakatsui to like in case he goes, and then Tenrin back up, Zangaren, Raiko, just trying to get damage 'cause I'm pretty sure he's low here because I'm also very low. I dragons, and at this point I can actually approach because if he hits me or anything, the dragons will cancel and that kills him. So some tips like and things I did to beat the average speed players. Don't use Grand for damage when in disadvantage. What I mean by that is like when you're obviously getting pressured and you're the one like not controlling the fight, that's when you should use Grand. So like if you're using it for damage, like while you're in advantage, then obviously that'll be bad. Um, Only approach speed when you have dragons up, and that's because it's very unpunishable, honestly, because they don't have like high posture like Kido does. Use low costing poke moves to stop movement, like I said, Tenrin, Zangarin, Raikaho, Byakurai, even Hien. Hien's a little bit more Rietsu, but it will do the shit because you can just like stand behind it and they can't really punish you for it. And then, speaking of punishing, punish them for using clone. Moves that one-shot clone are like Waterfall Dance, Dropping Fang, like Fast Fang Time Cut. Anytime they use those, just hit them after they do it because they have to do that or your clone and you will just obviously destroy them. And then they're most likely going to sit on your invincibility. What I mean by that is like when I popped Vision Master when I did like Donku, he just waited there and then tried to flash fang after. So always try to have like a cooldown up or like a get off me for when that happens, because yes, you can like do it while you're invince, but if you're waiting for Ray, then you'll get hit. Okay, so against speed players that like actually know how to fight against Sword for Kido, it's very hard. It's winnable, but it's very hard. So I lose to this guy, but I'll try to explain things that I could have done better. So off the rip, I missed my dragons. That's just unfortunate. I definitely could have caught him, and then I probably could have parried that, but that's just 2 bars down, and I can't really get him off me. And I tried to use Gran. I tried to use it offensively when I could have used it defensively to not take 2 bars. So that's on me. Um, I try to put space between us by shintening, and titterning, and it works. But then I immediately go back in, so I lose all the space. So he does Spectre Step here, and I try to predict the cancel, which he doesn't do. So he just waterfall dances. Duality is low key really good against Sword Kido in my opinion, because it just has big hitboxes that go through block, and I block a lot. So although I'm down, I use Gran offensively here, which although it's good to like get damage more even, now I have no get off me, so he just gets to do all this free damage and I can't really do anything about it. So I try to Sakatsui as a get off me, but he pops Vision Mask because he's in the lead that much. I almost have it, and once again I try to predict it and he doesn't happen it, and this is really like a problem for Sword Kido, because if you try to predict them faking out the Spectre Step and punish it, if they don't, then you will just take the hit, and if they do, well, now you didn't predict it and you're cooked. But right here I'm low. I think he's low. He's probably around 3 bars right now, or like 2.5 pre-shatter. So if I can get some good damage off, this is very winnable. But there's the duality into the duality X. I get the true power off, and I get the Grand, and this Grand kind of works offensively and defensively, so that works. And at this point, I'm trying to put space between us because I have no Rietsu. I'm one tap. I thought I'm gonna lose, but unfortunately, have the shatter dodge. So at this point, it's almost winnable. But his duality move is just too fast for Tenrin. And although I tried to put space between us, I don't have any space making moves because I had Grandin wasn't off cooldown, Tenrin wasn't off cooldown. So the only thing I could do was poke, and I couldn't really do anything. So I'm not gonna do like the final section where it's all like the tips and tricks. I'll just like go over it right now. What I could have done better was use Grand more defensively, and made sure I had get off me's, because that was one of the main problems, because I couldn't really get him off me. And another thing I could have done well is take the space that I made instead of going back in, because although I was down in damage, it's always better to be farther away and poking, because that's what Sword Kido is. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. Hope you beat all the speed players that just switched to abuse the meta. And yeah, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.